Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to day 27 of the 30-day email breakdown challenge. So, this is the last 4 days of this challenge, and I'm so excited to share with you this one of this email from one of the copywriters that we have not break down any of his emails before, and his name is Robert Allen. And Robert, right? He has sold over 50 million worth of digital products online. So, and then he's a he focuses more on mini products that helps copywriters get better at copywriting. So, and then he has founded this academy called the Copy Secrets Academy. I'll leave the links down at the description below. So if you like to check him out, just click on the link down below and go check him out. Yep. So yep, without further ado, let's dive into today's email breakdown. Okay, so this okay, just a brief introduction before we dive into the subject line. So this email is about him buying a foot massager, and then it causes his cat called Krima to have a kind of like a automatic response. It is like it's not her reaction, but it is her response based on uh, her, her past experience. And the meaning of her, right, and that I'm saying right here is the cat Grima. So it is not her reaction, but it is a automatic response from her past. Yep. And then he links from the automatic response to our life, humans life, and then he narrows down into copywriters as a specific niche. And then that's the and then the entire thing, automatic response, is the problem, and then he provides the solutions for that problem. Yep. So without further ado, let's dive into today's email breakdown. So subject line: the mysterious case of the roaring foot massager. So right after reading this subject line, right, me as a by wearing a customer hat, right, a client hat, my immediate answer, my immediate question in my mind is, huh? Since when a foot massager can roar, and what's the mysterious case about? So this few questions makes me want to find out the answer in his copy. So that makes me want to continue read on, and that is why I chose this email that I want to break down for you, so that you can have a look how he uses such subject line, and also how he manages the email content to support this subject line. Okay. Okay, so the other day, my girlfriend and I will bring our new favorite show, The Circle. It's a social experiment where contestants. Okay, so this is about the show that he and his girlfriend watch. So they made it through 3 seasons in like 10 days. So every in the most recent one, everyone who made it to the finale celebrated their achievement by treating themselves and at home spa, so which means they got so, but they also had something I've never seen before. So this is a personal story, and then he's giving context about about he's giving the context before the story, before he starts the story. So he have seen what he never seen before is a small portable bubble foot spa that those people used uh in the show when they are celebrating. So, and then he immediately turned to Amanda, which is his wife, uh I mean girlfriend. We have gotta try those. So after that, Amanda, right, she felt uh so interested to buy this foot massager. So in the end, right, they bought it. Then 2 days later, the thing show up at their door, and then they continue on with he continued on with the story that he's so excited to try. So he opened up, and then fill them with water. Then after that, the food spa start humming. So if you can realize, right, before he began into the real story, the actual story inside, which is 2 days later it show up. Then they started using it. So before that, right, it's all building momentum, like why how he got got in touch how you get to know this foot massager. So this is about building momentum and also giving context so that when he start the story it doesn't shock the readers. So they use it and the foot spa start humming, and then they were like saying, this is nice. So but before they could speak those words, this is nice, our little kitty Krima shot into the air. Seriously, she jumped so high it would have given any Olympia bowl pole vaulter a run for their money. Naturally, me and Amanda were shocked. So he's going into, so after building the momentum he's going right into the story, and then he's saying the main point of the story, uh which is kind of like a little climax over there, which is the little kitty shot into the air, so jump very high. Yep. So like I think I believe the kitty was very afraid of the humming sound. Yep, that's why she shot into the air. So she jumped so high. So after that, she this sentence, right, he weave in a little bit of exaggeration to convey the idea that she jumped really high. Then they were shocked. And why they were shocked? Because Krima is normally chill around us, and this wasn't her typical reaction, like how he how she is about other things, like she doesn't like, such as vacuum or aluminum foil. So this is not the typical reaction, so they were shocked. So after they said they were shocked, right, they tell the readers why they were shocked, so that the readers won't question. ah so she jumped, the kitty jump, isn't it common, isn't it natural? So to avoid the reader having this question, right, these such questions, uh he immediately give context as to why they were shocked. Yeah. So the poor thing was cowering in the other room, pupils huge and okay. So it was as if she had seen a ghost. No matter how much we call her, she will not come near us. So after a few minutes of trying to smooth her, Amanda turned to me. Okay, so you're right. Prima was a okay. So after giving the context, then he go back to the actual story that she thought she saw a ghost, the cat saw a ghost. Yeah. So then they say they say, so they suspect that Prima doesn't like this sound of the massager. So and then you see Prima was a rescue kitty. We don't, so rescue kitty sh- is kind of like abandoned, and then they adopt her. So but one thing we don't know all the details of how she grew up, but one thing we do know is she wasn't treated right. So when we adopted her, she had a small limb. So so he's giving all the context about the background information about Prima before before they adopted her. So this is all the background information. You can read it yourself. But the main point, the bottom line, right, is to tell the reader that Prima was not treated well in the past. So now, right, she are very she tends to avoid things that makes her remind of her past. Yeah. So So after that, so this is the background information about Krima. So after being with us, her fearful moments. So fearful. This is all about her fearful moments. Have gotten much less common, but every now and then we get a glimpse into things that take her right back to where she used to live and used to be and live. So in those moments, you can see it's not her reacting; it's a conditioned response to a deeply scarring event from her past. So this is not her Krima jumping off the ground, off into the air because of the foot massager sound, right? It isn't because she wants to react that way, but it is because her condition response, which is also condition automatic response, is kind of like a thing click off and then you click off here. So it's like me tapping here, it is kind of like the airplane landing gear when the door opens. Then once it hit the click sound, tuck, then the landing gear start coming down. So you can't come make the landing gear come down without opening the door, right? So this is the analogy that I wanted to make here so that it makes sense to you. It sounds more logical. So when the door opens and the landing gear down, so this is just like this condition response is just like the landing gear and the door analogy. So yep, so this is condition response. It's not that she wanted to react, but this is condition. It's automatic response. Yeah, so this is what we think happened with the foot massager. Even though she wasn't in danger, the second started they started to wheeze, and it reminded her of something from another time and place. And instead of remaining calm and cool, she reverted right back to her fearful self. So she's after that they say needless to say we are returning the massager. So but I can't help see this situation and think about the automatic response that powers so much of our life. So he's transitioning from the kitty crema uh condition response to our life conditions response in our life. And then moments where it's not us in control but a condition response from us think for our past taking over our action. In my experience, this is one of the biggest blocker for copywriters as they go. So he even transitioned to copywriting, so it narrows even down to a specific niche, which is his audience, copywriters, right? So I've run into this walls many times in my career. So times when people say "duh, duh, 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 duh," times where so this is kind of like a rhythm right here. Times when I finish a project where I part of that flop, and because I didn't think I could be good enough, I questioned if I was ever capable of producing one of the big runway hits. So this is example of times where he was faced with automatic automatic response. Yep, automatic response. And in those moments, right, it's normal to let our automatic self take over, to let fear, doubts, and shame from other areas of life bleed into business. But if you push and instill better belief in yourself, you can remove those condition reaction one by one. So he's talking about uh okay, so just to summarize at the back, near to the back, right? So after the story, so the moral of the story is condition response. So after that, he transitioned from the story of the Kiri or Prima to our life, and then to copywriting, and then now he gives some examples of how how this relates in copywriting, which is times where a person so this tree right here, three examples of how this is relatable to copywriting. Then so this increases credibility as well. So he's not just stating a word, a sentence, but he's explaining some examples where he uses past example to explain this sentence right here. Yeah, so this increases credibility as well. So then he move on to say to provide the solution to solve this condition response problem. So condition response, right, is a problem for most people, and specifically in this case is called for copywriters. So because he's serving copywriters, right, so he has to narrow down so it relates. So now the problem is condition response, and then he provide a solution right here. So he gave a solution to solve the problem, and the solution is freelance freedom bundle. So this is about the mindset. And then after a few sentence, right, and then just take a look right here, right, he's not selling very hard over here. So he just say in my freelance freedom bundle, I have several resources that specifically help freelancer work on this mindset pieces of business. It might seem a little woo-woo, but these things matters a lot. So what is a writer without control of their mind after all? So he didn't really talk about the product, but he actually talked about the customer, his prospect, his readers. So in a way that he's reminding them of this offer instead of hard selling them. And this is one of the things that I keep saying over and over again in this entire breakdown challenge. So if you were to take a look back in the previous breakdowns, right, I keep saying about not doing hard selling, but instead just soft sell and remind them of the offer. And when it's time to, when the desire have built up over time and and it's time for them to buy, then they will buy. Unless you are doing a launch, which really needs a little bit of hard selling and promotion, pushing sales right there. Unless don't do hard selling right there. Yeah, write in emails. Okay, so after that he end off by this giving this photo, which enhances the credibility as well, so that people know that he's not faking the story and he really has a cat lah. Yeah. So the framework he used here is very simple. It's problem, agitate, and solution. So he used the entire story to talk about the problem, and then he agitated the, the problem by surfacing the moral of the story, which is this which is in those moments you can see it's not her reacting, it's a conditioned response. So his so the story, right, the moral is hiding in the story. So and people don't really know about the moral if you don't say it. So but once you say the moral, right, it's kind of like surfacing them, throwing the moral into their face. So this is kind of like agitating them so that they know that that's the problem that they are facing, and it agitates them. So after he agitate them, right, and then he gave them this solution, freelance freedom bundle, and then that's the solution. So two things I love about this email is he give just enough context to support every piece of claim he made. So for example, right here, you say, we don't know all the details of how she grew up, but one thing we do know is that she wasn't treated right. So she wasn't treated right. How? So he go on to explain all the background information of Prima before um, they adopted her. And then, for example, here, they say they are shocked. Why they are shocked? So they go on and explain because Prima was normally chill, but her reaction wasn't the same as how she will react to other things that all other things that she doesn't like vacuum or aluminum foil, all this. So they go on to explain why they are shocked. Yep, and then yep, and I think the setup right here is just nice. They didn't go on and on with the story, the setup before they introduce uh, the product. I mean, the foot massager, yeah, and then they go on with the story. Yep. Okay. Right. Let's go on to the second thing I love about this email is the use of a very detailed story to convey the problem that uh, copywriters face. Okay, so as you know, right, he uses the story to convey the problem, and I think that the story is very specific. Yeah, it's kind of linked to the first thing that I love, but the first thing is all about giving in just enough context without giving too much or too little. But the second thing I love about this email is being very detailed. Yeah, the amount of detail they can see right here is like 8 pound, and then yeah, all these things. So you can take a look. It's pretty specific. If you don't agree with me, maybe you can just leave them down at the comment section below. Maybe you can chat more about it. Yep. Then alright. So one area of improvement is show more than telling the story. So such as excited and shocked. So right here, excited. So they say they were shocked. Maybe they can explain or describe the emotions, the facial emotions, facial expression that they are conveying, like at the point of time. So maybe their eyes were big, eyeball were big, and uh, they were focused on the thing, focused on Prima, and then suddenly then they can talk about or they can describe more, like saying suddenly the the clock seems like it's stopping, like freezing. Yeah, the time seems like freezing. Then they were all focusing on Krima. Yeah, so this also can describe that this also can tell that they are shocked, but in a way that they don't say that they're shocked. They describe in a way that it creates mental movie in the readers that let the readers know that they are shocked. And same goes to excited right here. Wait, let me see. Yep, excited. So we were way too excited to try them out. So maybe you can say, they can talk more about how they are excited. Like maybe they are they are really nervous to try that out, cause that's their virgin try. Yep. Uh, so, anyways, so this is about uh describing the words instead of just telling them. Yeah. So it's like creating mental movies. Yep. So instead of just telling them the story, you show them the story. You describe the scene, all these things. Yeah, telling the scene. All right, so that's one thing I love about. I would recommend him to improve about on this email, improve on this email, and so that's my breakdown for this email breakdown. And today's is day 27. So, if you have any comments about my breakdown today, just leave them at the comment section below. And like as usual, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to my channel so you get notified when the next video is uploaded. All right, see you again, Leonard here.